Hey everybody, Doug Rucker here with DougRuckerStore.com and PressureCleaningschool.com. This is a video I'm actually making for my online video school, but I'm going to make it out public because there's been a lot of talk I've seen lately over the last year and a half, 2 years maybe, about doing on-site estimates versus doing a quote simply by looking it up on Google and sending a text message or an email, either way, but basically not visiting the property. I've been doing that probably, 4 or 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. Just when I figured out for myself that so many houses and so many commercial buildings that we look at, and provide estimates for, that we work in a very large city, and so for me to go out and start running around and doing every estimate a day, I could do 10-15 estimates in a day just driving around. And so many of the properties that I look at, I can quote those via Google Maps, or what I really use is this software here, MeasureLotSize.com. It's very simple and easy to use. When you come down onto a property like this is really basically a four-corner house. It's square. This is a cookie cutter style home. So if I want to measure this, I'm going to measure along that wall. And then you see all these plants out there, and then you've got the garage door, the entryway, all that. I don't necessarily cut, the corners right off and try to get a precise, exact estimate along the gutter line. What I do is I'll come down along just on the outside of it, and then I'll swing out this way, come over here. I'm not trying to get an exact square footage of this house. What I'm trying to do is just kind of get an idea of the square footage of the house, as well as a little bit of the area, because when you've got landscaping like this over here, and you come down and you try to cut it off, you're not counting for having to fight through some of these bushes or protect some of these bushes, whatever may be involved in doing that. So that's how I use this software. This house here, if I'm measuring it to sell it on the phone or just email, I'm not going to go out and look at this house. This is a cookie cutter home. It's got 4 walls. It's going to have algae and mildew. We're going to use a bleach solution, just like we do on every home. Most of the times we're just downstreaming. So I don't really have to get involved in that 10%, 20%, 30% mix unless we're cleaning a roof or there's just something really dirty that we got to hit a spot with. So this is what I use. This is how I do it. This is 3,572 square feet. So I'm going to use my formula that I use to come to my price on this home, and I'm going to send the quote. When the customer calls in, we always explain to them that we don't necessarily have to visit the property as long as we can get a good view on Google Maps. And we explain that to them, that we can measure it and send them the price based off of that. They are usually just always so pleased that we can do it that way, that we don't have to come out there. It allows me to send the quote a lot of times within minutes, or at least within the hour. So, when you start making appointments with people for houses like this, or any house really, what they start to think of is the cable guy or the plumber or whatever that gives that time frame from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They just don't know when they're going to make it. So I explain to them, I don't want to make you a prisoner of your home. I can actually come out and look at the house if I need to, and don't need anybody there, as long as I can access all sides of the house. Or I'll be able to price it and measure it off of what I see on Google. And they usually are always so understanding and really are always so appreciative that we can get the quote to them that quick and get them booked and scheduled. Same thing on the driveway. Here's a driveway that's measuring 836 feet. Might be a little bit smaller than that. Again, it's just how you do your little dots. I'm not trying to be exact. I'm just trying to get an idea. But if I'm doing this house wash, I'm giving them a little break off to do the driveway at the same time. So, you know, that's those types of homes. You've got four corners here. This house, you've got a couple of little cut-ins. Now, when you get up and to do houses, let's go up here on the golf course. There was one house over here. Let me see if I can find it. There it is right there. See this house right here? It's in the, actually has a hole in the middle of the house. So this one might be a little bit different. I'm going to bring that out there. I'm going to come across here. This, boom. That's what I'm looking at. That's measuring almost 11,000 square foot. It's not necessarily 11,000 square foot house, but I also see we've got a hole right here in the middle, a little courtyard in the middle of the house. So this is a type of home that I'm probably going to go out and take a look at it. And would, you know, we'll request that I can meet with the customer if they'd like to at a designated time. I usually do all of my quotes between 9 and noon in the morning. I don't like doing afternoon quotes unless it's just really, really something big. But here you can click over here and get a more of an aerial view and see all sides of the house, and you can almost zoom down. This works much like Google Maps, Measure Maps, some of those other ones. I don't care which one you use, but you know, I want to see this courtyard, and if they want us to clean in there, I've got to figure out how we're going to get our hoses in there. I don't like running hoses through the house, simply because you just never know when one could split. But that's basically how I do it. And, you know, I just learned years and years ago that I can always upsell via the phone or via a text message. I can alert a customer to property damage via text message, via email, once we're already out there. There was just a lot of homes. There's just really no need that I need to go out there. And I explained that to the customer. You know, it's really like that farmer's insurance commercial. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. And I just explained to the customer that I've been cleaning, exterior cleaning, for over 30 years. So there's not much I haven't seen or haven't cleaned. And so I'll tell you that it's been very, very few times once I've gotten to the property that I looked and went, whoa, I had no idea it was going to be like this. I should charge $300 or $400 more. Never happened. 40 or 50 bucks, 60 bucks, maybe, but that's been offset by the fact that I didn't have to go out there, didn't waste my time, didn't waste my gas, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a lot more profitable sometimes if you can pull it off and do your quotes this way. That's why some of us do it like that. I'm certainly all for new people, and I encourage new guys in the business that are just starting out, go to every property for at least the first or second year minimum, until you get a really good handle on what you're looking at on different properties, and more importantly, what you've got to protect. You've got to get process and procedures down and learn every little thing that's got to be protected, from doorknobs to doorbells to ceiling fans to speakers to light fixtures, cameras, everything. So you've got to get a good process and procedure and plan down, and it's just good to get real familiar with the different types of substrates that you're cleaning. And so I always encourage guys that are just starting on the business to make sure you're going to every house, not only for what I just mentioned, but also it just helps your sales ability and your sales technique, if you can do as many in front of the customer as possible. So I hope that helps some of you guys. Again, It's not for everybody. I understand that. Whatever works for you, that's what you want to do. If it's been successful for you going out to those properties, then by all means continue to do that. It's whatever works best for you. This system works best for us if I'm not running around all day looking at properties, but I do go to the ones that I feel like I need to go. If there's a house that's like inside these trees or whatever and I can't see it, well, I'm going to have to go out and take a look at it. So it's just really a personal preference type thing that you have a comfort level that you can do it. Upselling, property damage, all that kind of stuff can be handled once we arrive. If the customer's at home or if they're not, we can text, we can email. I have done a pretty good job, I feel, of already qualifying my customer and creating a relationship via either text message or via a phone conversation or email or whatever, that I don't necessarily always have to have that personal touch or that personal one-on-one conversation with them, unless it's these types of houses and even bigger. I mean, those I want to go out and look at. So hope that helps you guys. If you have any questions about that, just let me know. pressurecleaningschool@gmail.com. Don't forget, week after next, our December Difference Makers School, Gerald Vest and I are putting on right here in Houston, Texas. $359, I believe it is, $349, something like that. Just go to pressurecleaningschool.com, click on events, and you can get registered. 2 days, we're going to have go over a lot of information, pricing, how to price jobs. We're not going to tell you what to price them, but we'll tell you how to price them, what to look at when you're pricing, what to look at when you're protecting the property. Going to do a little bit of hands-on training out in the parking lot. We're also going to throw in some window cleaning this year. So it's an excellent way. 2 days. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. So again, pressurecleaningschool.com if you want to get registered for that. It's December 7th and 8th, I believe, but it's all on the website. So thanks, guys. Y'all have a blessed day.